All right, guys, here we go. I'm pushing out an update here concerning the dream that I had, actually the sequence of dreams that I had, and I'm going to be giving you guys an update today based upon what I know and what I don't know. And so I'm going to go ahead and get into that at this time, but I want to take this opportunity to let everybody know that anything that I say concerning crypto or anything of that nature has to be funneled through the lens of my disclaimer, guys. Please keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. The content that I'm sharing is even based upon a dream, okay? And so that's up to you, right, to test that and to determine whether the dream that I had was from God, from me, or from the Chinese food that I had for dinner the night before, right? So keep in mind, guys, that anytime you get or hear of someone getting a dream or what they believe to be prophetic insight, it's important for you to test that. And so I shared that in my previous content. Now I'm going to tell you guys what actually ended up taking place for me that led up to this. Okay. I've told you the story. I'm going to just summarize it. I had been involved in some trading opportunities, and I was working with a trader, and we actually got to see, we were plugged in through copy trading. I shared that on my previous content. And in the sequence of months that I was involved in this really private group with only about 7 people that I know personally, I would get these dreams and I would share them with them, what I saw in my dream. And the reason I started sharing them right away is because I never dream of anything remotely close to this stuff. Like, I just don't dream about the markets or, seeing certain numbers of where it's going to go, presumably. And so I knew right away as a Christian, as a minister, as a man of faith, I knew right away that there was potential divine insight from the beginning. And so that's why I shared it with, guess who? Those 7 people in that private chat group that I was running with in this space, working with very closely, very privately, doing some of our own moves, right? And so I started sharing those dreams. Every single one of them came to pass. And then I started sharing those dreams because they were getting so proven and tested. I opened it up to another group of people that were in another trading opportunity with me. And there was about, 30 people in that group. And then of course they came to pass. It was so cool, like how this worked. And I can't say anything other than that, is that you had to have been there type of a thing. And some of those people are even welcome to comment on this if they happen to see this. However, this one, the XRP deal, was so next level. It was so next level, guys. I've never seen a timeline in my dream, never. However, my previous ones where I would see certain numbers of what it was going to hit, that would always seem to happen within 1 to 2 days, every single time. So when I had the second dream about XRP, the subsequent dream, and it hit 92 cents, well, naturally, I expected it to happen in 1 to 2 days. I never said it would happen in 1 to 2 days, but I did say that the history would tell me that I would expect it to hit in 1 to 2 days. Now, here's the crazy part. I want to share this with you. This is some really interesting things. Now, I'm the one that came up with the date or the dates because I had the dream on the 21st, and I was just trying to count down what that would look like in real time from what I heard in my dream. And when the gentleman in my dream said to me, in a week to a week and a half, it's going to begin to take off. Well, I picked the dates, the 28th through the 31st. Why? Because to me, that represented a week to a week and a half. So that was the time period I was looking for this move to occur. All right. And it didn't necessarily, watch this, wait for it. It didn't necessarily as I expected it to. But if you watched any of my content in the very beginning, I threw out certain disclaimers from the get-go that normally where people get these things wrong is in the interpretation. That's why even in the Bible, the scholars of the scripture were the ones who actually missed their Messiah, their Savior, when he manifested, even though he was fulfilling many, many prophecies. And so that's the whole point, is that when you are dealing with this stuff, it's normally in the interpretation where we get it wrong. So for the sake of accountability and where my community is wondering where I'm at on this deal, well, here's where I'm at. Number one, I ain't going nowhere. My XRP bag is staying my XRP bag, because there was another part of my dream that I mentioned had great significance, and that was Christmas. Now, I don't remember if I shared that on this channel, but the second part of my dream was that it would be a Christmas, a very good Christmas. However, I don't expect it to be Christmas when it starts to take off, because that's not what was in my dream. What was in my dream was a week to a week and a half. Now let's just crunch the numbers real quick, okay? I want to take you on a little journey with me, and we're going to go and take a look at some things. Those things don't happen to be on my screen right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it up. And now we are going to go to this journey. Here we go. Now, this is actually really good. If we go to the price chart for XRP, right now, this marker is about where I was when I had the dream, the 21st, okay? And remember, in the dream, it said in a week to a week and a half, it's going to begin to take off. I want you to see something very interesting right now, okay? I want you to see something very interesting right now. Watch this. If we go back to the 21st, when I announced this, when I had the dream, I want you to see something. It basically went down. And where its bottom was where it landed yesterday. And then ever since yesterday, it began to go up. What's interesting about this is somewhere along the lines of right here is when they released 1 billion tokens into circulation, which means that where it dipped some more, and then it reached what looks to be as the bottom ever since I had the dream, which was right here. So now, this being the bottom, if it continues to go up, watch this. I don't know where this was, where that bottom was. Let's go to right here. That's the bottom. That's the lowest point that it reached right here. September 1st. Now, this was several hours ahead of us as far as the timeline. So it says 11 p.m., but I think that might be UTC time. So maybe, I don't know, 5 p.m., September 1st. However, what is September 1st in conjunction with my dream? 11 days, guys. What is 11 days to you? Is it a week? Is it a week and a half? Or is it 2 weeks? Just curious. 11 days is roughly a week and a half. A week and a half is 1 and 3.5 days, right? So figuratively, or normally we would assume that a week would be, or a week and a half would be 3 to 4 days beyond a week. Well, that's where we're at. 4 days beyond a week. So my point is even though now nothing has transpired yet other than we're on an upward trend, not so much a big deal. But let me propose to you where it could be a big deal is if this upward trend continued and continued and continued exactly as what you would think would happen with an upward trend. And then it's not going to do unless something crazy happens right now. But what if nothing crazy happened right now other than it just reached the point of where it normally finds resistance and pushes through? That's called a breakout. If it were to break out that resistance, that could mean that it could have a nice upward trend. It's all to be determined, guys. My point is this. I want you all to watch and see what happens, because even though it seems as though it didn't happen, what if it's because we were presuming one thing and that's basically it? It was just presumption. And that's where most people get these things wrong anyway, is in the interpretation. I shared that from the beginning. A couple of things I want to talk about. Not only is it on an upward trend since yesterday, which is nice for XRP holders, period. It's not at 92 cents yet, however. Looking forward to it reaching that, however. One of the other things that it did or that did transpire is, as I mentioned, where's my other tab? Here it is. I wonder why. Let me see something real quick. All right. It looks like they're back. So I just mentioned this. Ripple unlocks 1 billion XRP tokens. Okay. Billion. They were released into circulation, right? And that took place, I don't know, a day or so ago. And it was done as of yesterday morning. I know that. So we're almost 2 days into that. So this article was written obviously after the fact. So that's pretty impressive. The fact that, because they burn tokens to drive price up. Releasing more tokens into circulation would naturally cause price to go down. And it did very slightly, but then it began to do the upward trend that we're seeing, which is a really good sign, because what you would expect it to have done, it didn't do, going downwards, which is a great sign for the possibility of the upwards. Now, let me point out something else to you guys that I think, or that I find very interesting. And that is this. That's not the right one. This is the one right here. I see it on my screen. Let me pull it up. There it is. There's a rumor. It's just a rumor. It's all I can tell you right now. A rumor that Ripple paid the SEC. The reason is because they moved 200 million XRP last week, which at the time of the move would have made it equivalent to about $118 million. Very, very close to that 125 million mark. And so It's just a rumor at this point. We're obviously waiting on A, confirmation, and B, an announcement that they're talking about in this article that should be coming this week. I don't know. I would imagine that might be just speculation. However, those who were basically studying the on-chain data discovered that it is quite possible that the SEC has been paid. If that's the case, come on, man. That's some crazy stuff right there. Now, here's another thing that I just thought I'd share that was quite interesting, and that is the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, claims that XRP is better than Bitcoin. Well, that'll do something. That'll definitely do something. XRP is better than Bitcoin, is what Vitalik Buterin says. And this dude is a big name in the space. Big name. For him to say that, that's obviously a big deal. And that's where you have the founder of Ethereum claiming that XRP is better. All right. That was just a bonus content. So a couple of things that I'm announcing. Number one, I wanted to get this out here because I wanted the community to get an update as to what the heck's going on ever since I made this statement and what appears to be an epic fail might just need a reconsideration and another way of looking at it, because this is what's crazy is I'm going to pull this up one more time, the graph, so that we can talk about the way our minds work. The way our minds work. Okay, here's the price chart. So the way that our minds work is, in order to get a dream about, like, you would think that something taking off would be much more aggressive than this right here. However, why? Like, who says? That's my point. Who says? Because if we're just starting this out, and it is just starting the upward trend as of yesterday, and it continues this upward trend that we're seeing here as of yesterday, which is exactly a week and a half from the day that I released my dream. If this continues to trend upward, like, who's the judge over how it actually unfolds, right? Who's the judge over how it actually unfolds? Us? Hopefully not. Because if supposedly he's the one who said it and gave this insight, I think he kind of has an idea as to how this whole thing's supposed to roll out. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm sharing this information with you guys, is because part of this course, or I'm sorry, this video is for educational purposes, not just in crypto, but now from a minister's standpoint on how to steward the prophetic. How do you handle, and what I've found is that oftentimes we're the ones that get in the way of this stuff. And if we would take a back seat in our minds and be patient, as the scripture says, the fruit of the spirit is just, we just got to wait it out before we just become so quick to make judgments, and before we become so quick to make our mind up, because you'll miss what's right in front of you, potentially. So that being said, want to say thanks for checking this out, this video, watching this content. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching the YouTube version of this stream. Also, I want to make mention, if you want to get in our crypto community and get the direct notifications on any of the serious content that we do, and you're in the US or Canada, you can text the word crypto to 941-208-1166. That'll get you on our list where we send all the pertinent information. So when we have different dreams opportunities that come up, different things like that. For example, you guys heard about the exchange that was no longer accepting certain residents. Well, because of my identification that I was able to get offshore that I'm sharing in my community, I was able to KYC with that organization where others are restricted. And so it's the tools that I like to provide in this space that help people. Again, Barbara says, I wish you would tank again so I could stock up more. To be honest with you, I'm actually waiting on a release of some funds right now as well. And if I can grab this in time, I'm going to put more in as well. And I'm already maxed out, guys. This is like, I'm all into this deal, man. That being said, the other thing I wanted to make mention of is I also started sharing in my community a learn how to trade crypto on your own. So if you're not aware of my course, guys, I teach people how to crypto in the sense of, where to store your crypto, long-term, short-term, what are the risks, where to off-ramp, how to pay your bills, how to load crypto onto a debit card, how to KYC offshore. All these different things are in my course in order to empower people on how to go from the beginning stages of crypto to basically the most advanced stages, maneuvering in crypto. However, I also want to empower people on how to trade. If you're already aware of how to send and receive crypto, well, maybe it's time you want to step up your game and learn how to work for yourself and never have to work again. And, it's an incredible course that 95% win rate over a 5-year period is what this course developer has accomplished with proof. 95% win rate. It's just incredible, man. Now, it took him years of trial and error going through the simple basics that he teaches in this course that can empower you to be a crypto trader in 1 week. So I've put that in there. I'm excited to share that. And it's part of what my content is now. Don't forget the text list. And of course, if you want to take advantage of my course itself, because I believe everybody needs to learn how to crypto, the price has gone up. It was $49. Now it's $59, which is not a drastic increase. However, it is an increase. And I've been telling my community that the price is going to go up as I continue to add content. But those who get in at the early bird special will get the ongoing segments that are added to this course free of charge. That's just the benefit from being an early bird. All right, guys, that's about it for today. I'm looking forward to seeing what XRP is going to do in the coming days, as I hope you are. And hopefully, if you're riding this thing with me, then you will also be excited for that as well. Guys, appreciate you watching. This is my XRP Dream Anticipated Rise update. Take care and God bless.